Welcome back to the Allgoods, Vietnam through the eyes of love. I'm Elisa Allgood, and today's episode brings us into December 5th, 1971, a Sunday. And like so many Sundays in these letters, it's a day where the separation feels a little sharper. It's been 1 week since my dad flew back to Vietnam after their Thanksgiving together, and the quiet is settling in for both of them. My dad writes from the hooch, bored and restless, waiting on orders, and really missing my mom. And my mom? She's 8 months pregnant. She's trying to keep herself moving through the errands, with the friends, and small routines. But her heart is with him. There's also a moment in her letter that means something personal to me. Oh, they all do, but this one's really a little different. And she asks my dad how he'd like to spell my first name, Alisa, A-L-I-S-A, or Alicia, A-L-I-C-I-A, and says either spelling would honor his mother, Alice. You see, I always knew that my grandmother, Mary Alice, died when my dad was just a child, and that my grandmother, Evelyn, was actually his step-grandmother, or his stepmother, who was, anyways, that's who I grew up with. But what I didn't know until this letter, is that my own name was connected to Alice. My middle name, Cecilia, is connected to my grandfather on my mother's side. Anyway, seeing that show up here in her handwriting, it gave me the name, it gave my name some unexpected depth. Well, anyways, let's start with my dad's letter. It's the shorter one. December 5th, dearest lover, how is my pretty wife today? I hope you are fine. You are my loving pretty wife. You know that? I love you. Pi and I went to the club last night as planned. We came back to the hooch and shot the shit. We had a few drinks and then went to bed. We have been on alert all day today. We didn't even start the helicopter. Everyone here is getting all excited about the move. Ken wants to stay here and is doing everything to do it. I don't think he will be successful. We have a new commander in Saigon. He's a lieutenant colonel, and he's a shit. He's coming up here tomorrow to look around. That should be interesting. I passed the day reading and napping a little, with a little TV thrown in. This place really bores me. Baby, I love you. You are my precious darling. You know that. Are you being treated okay? Are you being treated okay by our little one? I hope so. He better not be too hard on his mother. I sure miss our talks, love, and Sepie together. I love being with you all of the time. I never tire of your love. You are the greatest person and wife and lover in the whole wide world. You are my love forever and ever. You know that. I love you. Sleep warm. Love and pat our baby for me. Love always. I am yours forever. Love, Dick. That kind of letter, that quiet, simple ones, it's always like my dad. They always are just a little different. There's nothing dramatic happening around him, but emotionally, he's right there with her, right there with me. He's holding on to the one thing that gives the day's meaning. Now we're going to move to my mom's letter, much longer, full of detail and movement and humor. The way she tried to stitch together a day without holding him, or a day without him. And it also holds the first real moment where she talks about the baby's name, my name, in a way I didn't fully understand until reading these. Here is her letter, exactly as she wrote it. December 5th, Sunday. Hi, Chickie. I love you. I hope last night's letter didn't upset or piss you off. I was in the juice, and the dude just popped enough bullshit on me to create insecurity. I don't know why it even bothered writing about it, except we both agreed a long time ago that if we ever had anything on our minds, we could and would discuss it between us. I swear, being pregnant, it lets me get upset over nit shit things that before wouldn't even cross my mind the second time. I'll just be so happy when our little one gets here and Daddy comes home Daddy comes home from the war so we can live happily ever after. Again, I love and miss you so very much, Chickie. This Sunday sure was no match for last Sunday. I stayed in bed late, talked with Jan, Joy, and Becca on the phone. I pretended you were beside me and talked to you. Did you feel the ESP? I did get up and walk to the stop and go for a paper, some milk, so I could have some oatmeal. This afternoon, Joy, Jan, and myself went to the drugstore just to kill some time, and I had to get some writing paper for my honey. This will last longer than the saucy stuff I've been writing on, because I can write on both sides. I love you. I can't seem to say that enough. After the drugstore, we drove to Baskin-Robbins, and I finally had my banana coconut ice cream cone. We then shopped for Christmas trees. Jan, of course, bought one. Joy and I laughed because she would only buy a Douglas fir. Joy and I asked her what was wrong with a plain old pine tree. Anyway, we got Jan's tree. Now, I'm sure she won't be happy until she gets it decorated. There'll never be another Jan. Listen, Chickie, I haven't written a check yet. I used the $20 from Monday. It was so easy. I actually didn't go to Handy Andy yet. Today, I gave Joy a check for $15. That was our share of Jan's Christmas present. Joy ordered them last week. We got her a pair of those initial earrings like Joy's, only without pierced studs. She really liked Joy's, and they were $30, so she should like them. I love you, darling. I got our Christmas cards today. Joy, Jan, and I all got the same ones. I'm sending only out-of-town cards. We got the soft touch ones. They are so pretty. We're sending 25. They were a little expensive, but I've limited it to 25, so it only cost us $3. I'm going to do the very best I can to spend a minimum amount of money. I'll keep you posted on everything. Okay, sweetheart? I be loving you so much. I so wish we could be together Christmas. I keep remembering next year. That will be our year. I'm going to try to keep my spirits up, and I want you to be as happy as you can under the shitty circumstances. By the way, how is the move to Tots and Nunk coming? I don't know why I ask, because I know you'll keep me posted. I sound like your mom, asking dumbass questions like that. Last Sunday, we had our special Sunday soup and sandwich. Tonight, I ate with Joy and Jan. Jan did pork chops. I'd much rather have had our soup and sandwich. You know, I'd like for us to set just one pattern when you come home. Let's try to keep Sunday as our grooving day, followed by soup and sandwich. I'd like that. What do you think? Is that too much of a rut for us? The weekends will always seem very special to us, since we've spent the greater amount of our married life being together only on weekends. I bet you feel the same way, huh? I love you so much, darling. Boy, it's really cold here, in the 30s. I can't remember it getting and staying this cold last year. Maybe the weather didn't affect me the way it has this year. Boy, our little one is getting stronger each day. I just thought he was kicking when you were here. Now, he kicks so hard. He even wakes me up sometimes. So I think we might have a guard for Bear Bryant in the making. Ha! We'll know soon. I really like our new baby name. It sounds good to me. Another thought. Do you like the name Alicia better than Elisa? Just checking. Either one will be after your mom. Think about it and let me know. Precious darling, I'm going to close now and address some Christmas cards. Next year, we'll have 3 names on the cards and Daddy home. How happy I will be. Love me, and I love you with all of my heart and soul. Forever and always, Sarah. Oh, man. What stays with me the most from these letters is just how ordinary the day is, and how full of love it still manages to be. My dad, he's waiting on a move, and my mom's running errands with friends. Both of them are missing each other so much. You can almost feel it. It almost aches through the page. And tucked inside all of that is this small moment about my name. I always knew my grandmother Mary Alice died when my dad was 10 years old, and that Evelyn was his mother, who was his stepmother, who was my step-grandmother. That was never new to me. But the part that I didn't know until this letter surfaced was that my name came from Alice, that Sarah was already thinking about honoring her. It feels like this little thread tying the past to the future. Something else struck me by my mom's talk about Sunday routines, a soup and a sandwich, a grooving day. What she didn't know then is that as a family, Sundays really did become our ritual. We always ate together on Sundays. It wasn't always a soup and a sandwich, but it was always us. And that feels like a promise they made here, and they kept somehow. On Sundays, sometimes my dad would make Brunswick stew, and he always told me it was just all the leftovers from the week. And then sometimes he would make chicken wings. Sometimes he would make fettuccine alfredo with Caesar salad, garlic bread. Oh, he was a really good cook. And he always cooked for us on Sundays. He always cooked. Oh, thanks for listening, you guys. Thanks for listening to Vietnam Through the Eyes of Love. If you'd like to support the project, the best way you can do it is to subscribe or follow wherever you listen and share it with a friend. And we'll be back soon with the next letter. Till then, thank you again for walking this journey with me.